Thank you once again for tuning in to Luke's Thoughts, a presentation of RGCWV Random Geek Culture in West Virginia. And today I wanted to talk about the announcement of the final character of Super Smash Bros. The last character that was announced was Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Now, I definitely like that they added Sora in. He was the most requested character of Super Smash Brothers, and I really like what Sakurai did with Super Smash Brothers over the years. He's been working on this project for several years now, just this one specifically for over, well, I mean, it's been released for 3.5 years, but it's been more like, I'm sure he's been working on this for almost 6-7 years now, and he's been with Nintendo for even longer than that. He is a great creator, and I really appreciate everything he's done for the series. This definitely was the Smash Brothers Ultimate. That every fighter that ever was in the series is in there. The problem that I have with this, and maybe it's not going to be a problem, but the thing that I have an issue with is I definitely like that Sora's in there. I definitely think that Sora should be in there. But my problem is that Sora may not have much staying power. Let me explain. Square Enix has worked with Smash Brothers before, with Nintendo before. They have a very good working relationship. And licensing seems to be pretty open-ended. The problem that I see with Sora, and this might not be a problem, but time will tell. Disney. I see, because Sora is a Disney, is partially a Disney character. It's Square, and it's Disney, and Kingdom Hearts is a Disney property licensed through Squaresoft. So we have 3 points in which Sora could potentially be yanked from Smash Brothers because a licensing deal may expire at some point in time. Case in point, let's look at Death Stranding. They had Monster Energy on the energy cans in the game, and then the director's cut came out not even 2 years later, and it's not in the game anymore. So my Sora is not in the packaged game. Sora was not the original release of the character, or the original release character of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for Nintendo Switch. What if 5 years down the road, we come to find out that there was an expiration on the licensing of Sora, and they can't have her in, or have him in anymore. They can't have Sora as a playable character. Or the music, or some stuff at the level. I mean, there could be just things that's included with the DLC of Sora, the music that you're getting right now that you may not have in 5 years. It doesn't seem to be so much of an issue, with the GameCube or the Wii, but those weren't as connected to the internet, and let's just say that the Switch Pro comes out here in whenever, a couple of years, next year, next month. I don't know. Nobody does. Bloomberg keeps speculating that we're going to get it, but I mean, we haven't gotten it. But I'm getting off topic. I worry. Maybe this was written in the licensing agreement. I didn't read the licensing agreement. But, maybe Sora's to be open-ended. But there's very few licensing contracts that have open-ended. For instance, Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a licensed property to Sony. Okay? And but Disney, they own the licensing rights for all of the merchandising. So if Sony puts out a Spider-Man movie without Disney, without the Avengers, they could put out their own Spider-Man movie, but Disney would still get the merchandising rights. Now, Sony, there was a while where Sony might have been bought out, or Sony Pictures rather might have been bought out by Apple. Now, the thing that's interesting about that contract is because they originally bought Sony originally bought the movie rights from Marvel, and in that contract, if Sony Pictures ever sold, because there's several stipulations in licensing contracts, if Disney or if Sony ever sold to another company, that Spider-Man would not travel with that company. And so if Apple had bought Sony Pictures, then Spider-Man would go back to Marvel. And Marvel is now solely owned by Disney. So if that deal had gone through, then Disney would have gotten Spider-Man for free. Now, I'm telling you this story to tell you this one. If Square were to sell to another company, not saying that they will, they're doing very well, but things happen. Maybe Sora would go to Disney. And so then the contract would be reevaluated. So what I'm saying is that because Sora is tied up into so many different companies, there's so many points of Sora getting yanked from Smash Brothers. Now, maybe not right now, but maybe when Switch Pro 2, maybe 5-10 years down the road, you go to download your copy of Smash Brothers, and Smash Brothers is a different console, and thereby a different licensing right, and then they wouldn't be able to put Sora on that new system because it would require new licensing. Another example would be the Rareware games. One of the things that tied up all the Rareware games for Nintendo to come out with a console like a Nintendo Classic, the little Nintendo. What would happen, or why one of the reasons why they did not release a Nintendo 64 Classic was because they would have to relicense the rights from Microsoft to come out with a Nintendo 64 Classic, making that console much more expensive than its Nintendo and Super Nintendo counterparts. and that made the profitability to Nintendo less advantageous. So what I'm saying is that licensing rights can sometimes make these things a lot more complicated than they need to be. That they are necessary, but in cases like Smash Brothers, it's potentially a problem. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's potentially a problem. I'm really stoked that Sora's in there. I haven't bought every single character in Smash Brothers as they've come out. I didn't do the fighter pass or whatever. But when there's been an exciting character, I've bought it. I bought Terry Bogard. I bought Sathiroth. Very characters that I like. I thought could bring a lot to the game and a lot to my own experience. And Sora is one that I do want to buy, but that is a concern going in. That maybe with licensing I won't be able to keep Sora forever. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in 5-10 years. So anyway, that was just my thought on the subject, and again, to the amazing work that Sakurai has done on Smash Brothers. We are going to miss you, but you were you made this game everything that it was. Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Smash Brothers fan, and Smash Brothers was actually the reason why I bought a Switch. I have a Smash Brothers Switch with the embossed, Switch dock and everything. I'm a huge Smash Brothers fan, and it's not going to be the same without you. So, anyway, this has been Luke's Thoughts, the presentation by RGCWV, Random Geek Culture in West Virginia. I'm your host, Luke Hersey, and we have links to all the places. We've got the Twitters and the Instagrams and the Facebooks and all the other social media things, and we got the podcast, and we got all that. If you go to the profile on YouTube, you can find the link tree. If you go to the link tree, it'll take you to all the other places. Hit me a like, hit me a subscribe, hit me a dislike, or comment the things. The algorithm likes interaction, so do all the things, and thank you for listening. Have a good night.